living for this long. Give me 1 second, please.
Hello. If anyone's looking for the figure skating, it should be on starting at 5 Pacific on Peacock and NBC. You want to see the picture of what we're listening to?
The tiger.
Hold on a second.
So today marks the 4th day of year 4700.
It's the 5th day.
This is the year of the tigers in general. We will celebrate the traditional Chinese New Year in the first 7 days, and then up to the 15, 16 days of the Lunar New Year, we will have a lantern festival where children, adults, they all carry their lantern all over the street, and then there's going to be fireworks, and we eat a special rice ball to finish celebrating this New Year. This New Year is especially important. It's not so dark. The lights are out. People can stay out more later.
Happy Chinese New Year.
And this lecture, hopefully it will bring you welcome and looking forward and move forward to the coming New Year with good health, good fortune, peace, and balance. So to start, I will start with the 9 Qi. I pre-recorded the 9 Qi lecture, and we will put this lecture on our website soon. The 9 Qi is a traditional Chinese medicine term. You may not have heard about what is 9 Qi. Why not 6, 7, 8, 10, 12? 9 Qi, QI, is different kind of qi stagnation that tends to happen in the body. Let me go ahead further, stop talking for a second. Let me have our IT person play the 9 Qi video. And afterwards, we will have questions and answers. This is important. So long you have Qi, you will need to know the 9 Qi diseases that cause hundreds of illnesses in the body. Okay, go ahead. So you may want to take notes to begin with. Get your notebook ready. Make sure you're muted. Okay, and I will have more questions for you. You don't have to be a Qigong student in order to understand this, but anyone who have Qi will be able to benefit from this lecture. Okay. So the importance of Qi, the practice of Qi, whether you do Qigong, Tai Chi, Kung Fu, or any type of exercises, so long you have Qi, then you will benefit from this workshop. This talk is coming from Huangdi Neijing, the internal classic from the Yellow Emperor, chapter 39. Huangdi Neijing is a book that was written, we think, between 300 AD to 600 AD by various authors. Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor, is the creation of nation in China. So this book specifically talks about different illnesses, the nature of yin and yang, the 5 elements, the internal organs. So this is from chapter 39 from Huangdi Neijing. And then in this chapter, it talks about all illnesses, hundreds of illnesses come from qi, stagnation, illnesses of qi. Huangdi Neijing, I will say in Chinese, 第39篇说百病生于气。这个气呢，就是讲九气，就是怒、喜、悲、恐、寒、热、惊、 Lao Si. So of course that was in Chinese. So in Huang Di Neijing chapter 39, it says, hundreds of diseases come from qi disease or stagnation of qi. These 9 qi they're talking about, 9 qi, are anger, overly joy, grief, fear and fright, cold and hot, startled or shocking, exhaustion, and overly obsession, overly thinking of something. So these 9 elements can cause qi stagnation. These are the root, the source of all the qi stagnation. This is a little bit deeper, advanced than what you call ADD, ADHD, anxiety, depression. But these are the roots that cause the qi to stagnate, later cause the blood to stagnate, later cause the mental illnesses. So this is the root of the cause of the 9, coming from the 9 qi. They are anger, overly joy, grief, fear and fright, cold and hot, startled, shocking, exhaustion, and obsession. So as you can see on the screen, anger causes reflux of qi. Overly joy causes sluggish or qi to be sluggish. Grief and sadness diminish the qi. Too much fear and fright cause the qi to sunken and cannot rise up. Cold temperature causes constriction of qi, enclosed, encaptured of qi. Heat causes disperse and leakage of qi. Startled and shocking, causing the qi to be upset, to be all of its ordinary order. Exhaustion causes consumption of qi. And lastly, obsession of one thing causes congestion of qi. In Chinese, I will say it. 怒则气上，喜则气缓，悲则气消，恐则气下，寒则气收，热则气陷，惊则气乱，劳则气耗，思则气结. So that was in Chinese. So normal emotion, hot and cold, is normal. It will not damage you. It will actually encourage your physical activity and encourage your mental creativity and mental activity as well. But overly of one side or overly prolonged of one kind of this 9 element can actually cause you illnesses. It could be one element that be ill at one time, or it could be multiple elements in the over of years until now. So take out your notebook. Here we go. Anger, reflex of qi. In the Chinese 5-element theory, anger belongs to the organ of liver. When someone's angry, have you ever seen someone's angry? When they're angry, their face turn red, they feel dizzy, out of breath, they have to sit down because the qi rises too quickly. The overly anger cause someone to have a very red face, cause their blood pressure to rise, to even sometimes having a stroke. For instance, drinking alcohol can also cause the liver qi to rise obsessively. So this qi caused from anger is reflex. It loses its normal function of the liver qi. We hear a lot about liver qi stagnation, liver qi congestion is the beginning of all illnesses. So anger is number 1 in the 9 element cause qi to reflex. Number 2, overly joy. Can you be overly joy or overly happy? Yes. When you see in a group of people, you will see perhaps one person, they will just not stop laughing or overly laughing. Too much joy make you too relaxed, make you not be cautious of what's going on. Overly joy uses a lot of energy, actually. There's nothing wrong with overly joy or being joyful. Don't get me wrong. But overly joy, overly expression of using that qi actually loses qi, causing the qi to become sluggish. Because the qi already said you're already bubbling, you're already joy. There's no need to keep its ordinary and normal circulation. So qi becomes sluggish. But don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong to be joy, and there's nothing wrong to stay happy. Number 3, grief and sadness. Grief and sadness can diminish the qi. Grief in 5-element theory in Chinese medicine belongs to the lungs. Have you ever seen someone who cries so much that they start gagging or cough? Have you? When someone have too much grief or long time, years, 20 decades of grief or sadness, their lungs are very congested. Their upper jaw cannot circulate or move. People who also smoking a long time, or have lung disease, a real lung disease, tend to have a lot of grief and have a lot of sadness. Too much grief and sadness can cause the qi to be exhausted, diminish the circulation of the qi from the lung. Number 4, fear and fright. Fear and fright belongs to in the 5-element, belongs to the kidneys. When you have too much fears or too much fright or always scared, overly scared, it causes your kidney energy to be shocked, to be captured, to be enclosed, cannot circulate. Or if you have a kidney disease, you always have this underlying fear and fearfulness that you may not know, but other people may notice that. So if the kidney energy is being capsulated, cannot circulate, people who are very fearful, when you scare them, they lose urine, they have incontinence, they will have urination in their pants. So causing the lower jaw, which is the kidney, urinary bladder, large and small intestine, but especially kidney and urinary bladder, cannot do its normal job, which is transform energy and exchange energy with the lungs in this process. So overly fear or being scared or overly fearful, they have a lot of lower jaw, lower triple warmer, the lower warmer, lower heater to be congested and distended, causing bladder issues or incontinence or all of a sudden loss of urination. And number 5 is cold. Cold is not an emotion. Cold is a sensation. Cold is one of the 9 elements that can cause the 9 qi to be ill, 9 qi congestion.
Hello.
Coldness belongs to the water. Too much coldness, like you're in a very cold room, where your body always cold. You consolidate the water and not let it disperse. What does that mean? When you are cold, your pores, your skin pores becomes enclosed, becomes closed. The water cannot come out. The normal circulation of the water distribution, the normal distribution of where the heart and the water, the fire and the water, fire belongs to the heart organ, where too much cold can cover up the fire, the yang energy to circulate. So people have a lot of coldness. When they do exercise, when they do warm up, they should not jump into very strenuous exercise. Otherwise they will have a heart attack. People who always cold hand, cold feet, and then the heart rate very low and always feel cold and chill more than normal people. You have to warm up your exercise. Take time to warm up before you exercise. Well, exercise in a warmer temperature, warmer environment. So cold can constrict the qi, cause the pores to constrict, cause the cold, cause the water to become stabilized and not circulate. The yang energy, the fire energy do not exchange and become separated. So cold element causes people who have a cold constitution to be more cold, causing constriction of qi. So people who are colder, they will say, I don't feel the heat like everyone else. When they do qigong, when they do tai chi, when they do exercise, they say, I don't sweat. Have you ever heard of that? That's because the body may be a more colder element and the qi is constricted, harder to come out. These kind of people, these kind of students should practice in a warmer environment to use the yang energy from the mother nature to encourage your own yang energy. Number 6, heat. Heat is another sensation, another element causing leakage or too much disperse of heat. How could that be? When you are in a very hot room, when you're in a very hot environment, what happens? Your pores on the skin, they all open up. That's the way they expel the heat from the blood. So the pores open up. And guess what? Then you start perspiration. So too much heat can cause too much loss of perspiration. Even in a hot flash, too much sweating, causing the fluid to lose. And you may think, so what? I'll just drink more water. Actually, this fluid that's in the blood, in your body system, is not just water. Do you agree? They're made of water, blood, essence, mucus, lubricant, amino acid, all the nutrients, all the vitamin, all the minerals that you ingest. And they take about at least 4 to 5 hours to digest, at least few days for them to transform into nutrition that your body can use. So too much perspiration, you actually lose the fluid. These are the hydration, not just water, but the hydration of all the elements, of all the nutrition. So the fluid loss, and then the qi also leak out with the fluid. So in this case, the too much hot, too much heat, and your body cannot regulate quick enough, then you lose all that fluid, and your qi also leak following it. Number 7, people who startle very easily, who feel a lot of shock easily, or for a long time, causing the upset of circulation of qi. In Chinese, we say, 惊吓,惊则气乱,神无所谓. People who startle and have this always in shock sensation, their heart, their spirit, heart is the housing of the mind. The heart is the mind. The brain is not the same as the heart or the mind we're talking about, not quite the same. So people who startle were always in that shocking situation. Their spirit, their shen qi, their spiritual qi are not stabilized. So when they encounter loud sound, news, in a colder or hotter environment, or encounter stress, acute trauma or stress, their energies become scattered, even more scattered than before. So the qi becomes upset in their regular, normal circulation. Number 8, exhaustion causes consumption of qi. Have you heard of anyone, or maybe yourself, heard, I'm exhausted, I'm so depleted. Yes, occasionally we feel exhausted, occasionally we feel depleted. But are there times that you heard, or perhaps yourself feel that you're so depleted that you need to take a year off work, or a year to recover, or a long-term exhaustion? This exhaustion and exertion doesn't come from 1 week, 1 month. It comes actually from accumulated exhaustion and exertion over years after years. This exhaustion is like when you even take a walk from your living room to the kitchen. You're exhausted. You perspire. You're so exhausted. Your heart rate can be very high because of overexhaustion, or could be very low. So people who are exhausted, their qi are actually consumed. No more qi. Qi is exhausted. So when you meditate, meditation nourishes the yin energy. When you exercise, nourish and build up, activate the yang energy. Do you agree? When you meditate, when you are outside, seems very quiet, but inside it is very active. That's the yin to activate the yang. And yin and yang try to be balanced. When you are exercising, whether it's a mild, gentle exercise to a rigorous exercise, you are activating the yang energy. So yin and yang for people who are exhausted people, any exercise they do deplete their energy. Not just meditation, they should do more to encourage the yang, since active, rigorous energy can exhaust them even more. They should also watch their protein, their food intake. They should watch their stomach and spleen energy. If their stomach and spleen energy is still very good, they still have very good appetite, then their exhaustion and exertion will recover, and will recover faster than those who have a very poor appetite. So that's the exhaustion causing consumption of qi. Qi is too much consumed. Number 9, obsession. Overly drilling on one item. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're planning a project, you need to really stay focused, but obsessively where you cannot let it go, cause congestion of qi. 思则气减. Qi circulate, don't you agree? Everywhere, from your scalp to your fingernails, from your head down to your feet. You should circulate nonetheless. Never stop. You should circulate effortlessly. But when you are obsessed, the qi, the shen, the spirit become consolidated, become locked up in a box. Then all the qi stays right there, or doesn't move anymore. Over a period of time, the qi become more stagnated, the qi become more stagnated. I'm not talking about people with OCD. I'm talking about anything that you cannot let go, whether it's a chronic, very old issue, or if it's a newer issue that's been inside of you for many, many years. So it causes the qi to stagnate because it will not flow. Whether if it's anger, grief, fear, exhaustion, or startle, all these can cause congestion. And then hundreds of diseases from very mild symptom to very major symptoms starts. So in general, all these are 9 elements are the root core of hundreds of diseases, whether it's mental illnesses or physical illnesses. I hope you have benefited from today's lecture and workshop.
Do you have any questions? You can type them in the chat.
So you have heard about the 9 qi. Those are taken, that's from our textbook when we study traditional Chinese medicine. These are not rarely spoke of in the outside environment. And I hope the lecture wasn't too difficult to understand. These are the core of how the qi congestion. Next, you may go, okay, then what do you do? I'm going to show you many of our teachers who have spent time to put today's workshop together for you. So here they go. And we will hold for questions until later. I've been teaching second set for almost 12 years now. And just to point out one of the slight differences between first and second set, it's a little bit more focused on the qi, the energy, and there's a way of managing the qi in one movement called qi, scramble to restore qi, which is challenging in that we lift the heels and bring them down and keep the heels off the ground for 7 times.
She's talking about Diane Qigong.
Open, and the qi is lifting, so it's lifting your heels, come down the center, strengthening the microcosmic orbit. Takes a bit of control to do this.
Everyone should get up and try this.
Whole body 7 times.
Like step up on your heels, on your toes, and like put your arms over your head and bring them down.
6 and 7.
Standing up.
I'm going to introduce a Qigong movement called gliding above the water. Shift the weight in the left foot, open the arms, extend the right foot with the Yongquan touch. Bring the hands to the middle dantian. Turn the palms down. Move the hands out slowly. Extend the fingers, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and lift the whole body.
I wouldn't have been eating if I knew she was going to do this.
Middle dantian. Relax the shoulder and settle the qi down to your lower dantian. This is like the wild goose stretching its body. We usually do this 3 times and then step forward and continue. In the set, we do the qi carry for 9 times in 3 steps. And this will really enhance the function of your middle dantian and lower dantian. Prevent the breast disease and really calm down your mind. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'm Kenneth. I teach Olin right here at Windmill School. I was asked to say a few things about kind of the health of our community, the health of ourselves. Obviously there's so much environmental stress going on around the world and in our communities. And I want to encourage everybody, more practice.
Now I'm going to sneeze.
Anecdotally, we all know that Tai Chi is good for us. I will share my story. I would look at Sherfield even into his 90s, walking so upright, so erect, such good health. And I look at the other teachers here who are moving so fluidly and effortlessly and well. And my own experience, I think, is typical of many students, where I work during the day. I come to class on Wednesday night, I'm tired, maybe hungry, angry, things, attacking my body. I come to class, put that down, I do my stretching, I do my form. By the end of the stretching, already I'm feeling light, healthy. I had some environmental virus, bacteria, something attacking me. By the end of chin to toe, I'm flushing it back out again, feeling good again, life. So the thing I want to encourage everybody is more practice. More practice, more power. Come to class. We can all practice by ourselves, but I do think, the practice on this floor is our best practice every week. So thank you, be healthy, and I hope you're all well. Take care.
Okay, this is a very simple exercise that stretches the spine of your body.
Start with your hands up and an open fist. You're going to reach out, palm up, breathe in. You're going to go back as far as you can, sweep the earth. Come up, all the way back, the center, other side. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll do it one more time. Extend the fist, and breathe in, breathe out as you sweep the earth. Breathe in, eyes open in, breathe out, other side. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank you so much.
I would show you, but I can't do it and show you at the same time.
Hello, everybody. This short video is on how to take your overactive mind and bring peace to yourself by taking your attention, your awareness, and bring it into your lower part of the body. We tend to be top-heavy with our thoughts and our energy, so put your mind in the soles of your feet. Feel how they feel on the earth, connected, sensory, feeling the different toes move on the floor. And be soft in the ankles, open up through the spine, crown of the head going toward the sky, everything else going down towards the earth. Imagine energy flowing through the crown of your head, down through your body, and through the soles of your feet. This process of doing that over and over again will allow you to be very balanced in the energy lower in your body and outside of your mind. And when you take a walk, when you do your practice, you do the same thing. So this is a very short prescription on how to bring your attention into your lower body and quiet your mind.
Hello and welcome from Wenwu School. We are trying to help all of our students learn a little bit more about how to cope with COVID, and I'm going to give you the nutritional aspect of this. So my suggestion is that if you get any kind of respiratory virus at all, whether or not you get tested, whether or not you know you have COVID, if you have a cold or a flu that affects your head, your nasal passages, and your lungs, what you want to do is cut down inflammatory food. Usually for most of us, the most inflammatory
Sugar.
food is going to be dairy products.
Oh,
But sometimes you might be affected by other kinds of foods like chocolate or nuts. And if you notice that those make you more congested, stop eating them. So if you get a nasal or lung affected virus, cut down on inflammatory food for 10 days, and then you will recover more quickly. Thank you.
you're welcome. Practice every day counts.
Welcome back. How did you like our presentation so far? If you like it,
I like it.
oh, I see a lot of applause. And those who don't have your camera on, I'm sure you're applauding. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone have any questions? You can put in the chat box. It's the nine qi difficult to understand.
No.
Not too bad. Okay, the qi is the core of everything, right? Qi is the core of life. Your plant have qi, your animals have qi, the trees, you have qi, everybody have qi. People don't have qi are at when they're very exhausted, when they are completely tired, and cannot generate enough qi. So the reason I put out 9 qi, many subjects came to mind, like how do I encourage you to stay healthy? Not just physically, you're already doing your physical exercises, whatever form you do to actually also remain the mental health. So the 9 qi, from anger, overly joy, grief, too much fear and fright, startle, always feel shocking, exhaustion,
Hello.
obsession, even cold and hot, are the 9 internal injury. There's the external injury and the internal injury. The external injury are like viruses, bacteria that come from the outside, asbestos, pollution, smoking, excessive amount of food, things like that from outside that cause the internal imbalance. But internally, there will also be internal injury, and those are the 9 qi. It's made of 7 emotions plus 2 elements, which is cold and hot. Those are the core of 100 or hundreds of diseases. In Chinese, they said Huangdi. Huangdi is the creation of nation in China. This book, Huangdi Neijing, internal classic of Yellow Emperor, was written between the year 300 to 600 by various authors. Huangdi Neijing in chapter 39 said, 百病生于气. Hundreds of diseases come from qi. Whether you are doing Qigong, Tai Chi, Shaolin, meditation, or other form of exercise, so long you move, you're generating qi. Whether it's yang qi or yin qi, whether you exceed and excel tremendously fast versus someone who practiced for a long time, do not excel. That could be that internally there's some imbalance. Then these 9 qi will help you to come to the first platform on how to heal and how to recover and how to move forward. New Year is all about transforming the yin and the yang.
Hello.
Transform. December, January is the coldest months, so the darkest months. This is Chinese New Year. The Lunar New Year is all about transformation. So is your qi, your yin, your yang, your qi and the blood will correspond with the Mother Nature, heaven and earth. So hopefully this 9 qi can bring you some of the understanding to further your study from this book called Yellow Emperor, Internal Classic, Huangdi Neijing. Is one of the internal textbook. It's one of the medical textbook that every acupuncturist should read, and has been translated into English in many versions. Find the one that helps you to understand from the very beginning level to gradually to advanced level. In Huangdi Neijing, there are 2 big sectors. One is called spiritual pivot. It's all about mental illnesses. The other one is called plain question, Su Wen. And chapter 39 is from Su Wen, from the 9 qi. You can Google it and see if you can find more studying on this. So this is the core of many of the illnesses. This is the core of how the qi should circulate, should not constrict, should not diminish, should not sunk, should not leak, should not be sluggish, should not be reflex. In the normal situation, emotion, like I said earlier, is normal. You should have emotion. You should have sensations. And you should have feelings. But excessive amount or acute trauma can help make the body, the qi and the blood, the yin and yang and the organ to lock up, to lock in. That's the importance of letting it go. Importance of moving forward. Importance of finding, refining the harmony, the peace before something happened to you a long time ago or just happened. That's how you find the peace. If you're peaceful, you will have good health. How do you stay in that good health? I mean, do you meditate all the time? What if you miss a day, you didn't meditate? Oh my goodness, are you going to be thrown off the ship? No. Meditation should be carried with you. Peace should be carried with you at all the time. Whether someone's playing rock and roll next to your ear, but inside you're very peaceful. Whether the news is ongoing 24/7, every channel finds the worst news to broadcast to you. You are peaceful because you have the knowledge and wisdom on how to differentiate what to absorb, what to expel. To further your health in the year of the tiger or the year of the tigress, I've always prepared. I thought it's always fun to do the fortune teller according to the zodiac animal. We're not talking about if you're Aquarius or Sagittarius. We're talking about if you are a tiger, a rabbit, a pig, a dog, a ram, and so on and so on. So every year I've been doing this for the past 10 years. I do it for fun. I'm not a professional in fortune telling. I am not. I'm a professional in Chinese medicine, not professional in fortune telling. So every year I will get 3 to 4 books, and I will, like this year I took this, and this. And these are all in Chinese, not in English.
Well, I won't be
Every
reading
year I will
those.
get their books, and I will start reading about it. I will start reading, okay, what is my fortune going to be like? What's my health going to be like? And what is yours? What animal are you? If you don't know it, I will tell you, or I will be able to tell you your age, and perhaps you can figure out what animal you are. If not, you go figure it out right now. Okay? Every year the fortune change. And then whether you are, like if you have a not so good year this year, wait until next year. Look forward to next year. Don't get stuck. If you have a very fortunate year, don't be too excessively joyful, then your qi becomes too sluggish because you're always living in the joy and consume too much qi. Okay, if you know your year, I'm going to start sharing the screen and start taking some notes. Okay, go ahead, start sharing the screen. And I will talk while we share the screen. So this is the year of the tiger. Of course, I'm going to talk about tiger, right? Tiger people are people who are just newborn, who born after February 1 this year. If you're 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, or 96, where you can see all the years that's already on the screen. There will be ripple of difficult time throughout the year of tiger. Things will start off with difficulty, but if you stick to the goals and work towards the destination, then you will see progress at the end. Stay mellow and harmony in your heart and bring that to the family. All your relationship at work, at home, and build a community in each relationship of harmony and mellowness to encourage a better and healthier space. Since you are a tiger this year, all the positive and negative energy are all coming at you. So when you drive, be cautious. Have plenty of rest and exercise because all that positive energy or all that young energy will make you want to exercise even more. Sometimes the negative energy are like miscommunication or misunderstanding may happen. So open your communication. Because you're a tiger, you have that energy that wherever you walk around, people can tell there's light shining off you. Therefore, you have a good fortune and also a not so good fortune. The good lucky colors are red, yellow, and blue. Wear more red, yellow, and blue. Decorate your room, decorate your house, decorate your plant where it's more red, yellow, and blue. The color to avoid is gray color. The lucky number are number 8 and number 3. So if you're gonna go see a doctor, make an appointment on, for instance, March 8th, April 3rd. Make an appointment. What time should we meet? Let's meet at 8 o'clock. That's all in favor of
the year of the tiger. So good luck to you if you're a tiger and tigress. And if you have family members that are tiger or tigress, make sure you share this with them and you just watch how their year goes. When they come to you for advice, you know how to advise them. Decorate with more red, yellow, blue in their room, or give them something more red, yellow, blue, so they are always looking at these lucky colors to encourage peacefulness and mellowness. Go ahead, next one. If you're a rabbit, you must be 11-year-old, 23, 35, 47, 59, 71, 83, and 95 years old. Communicate with your coworkers and employees is absolutely necessary to maintain the stability at work, which means the work will go up and down this year for you. Don't take your work, your employer, your coworker for granted. A lot of communication. Pay attention and spend more time with your lovely partners and family members. You will be so busy communicating, you're so productive as a rabbit. You will be so busy, so don't ignore your family members. Maintain your health and manage Yang Sheng. Yang Sheng is taught at Wenwu School all the time in Qigong classes to remain balanced in both mental and physical health. Be careful when you drive because you're going to be so busy and so productive, and don't be too aggressive this year in investment. The finance situation may be unstable, yet save some money for future, for this coming year. Keep your social activities and engagement with others. Don't ignore them. Don't ignore your family members, friends, and partners. More social fun activities. That way, that will improve and welcome the coming year and the year of the rabbit. The lucky color are yellow, green, and blue, and avoid wearing white. Lucky number are always number 1 and number 9. Are you writing this down? Next. Dragon.
I'm a dragon.
Dragon people are
Let's take a
people that are 10 years old, 22, 34, 46, 58, 70, 82, 96. Be persistent in pursuing social recognition and success. Train yourself in management and be skillful in managing relationships at work. That means this year is a wonderful year for your social advancement. You will be recognized at work, and if you own a business or career, this is a year. But you're going to be skillful in managing, in time management, because you're going to be quite busy. Balance the mind and body. More Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, more exercise, whatever you do, music, art, to bring back. Always remember, bring back. Always checking your mind and balance. To reduce your emotions, for instance, anger, too much joy, to obsess, to avoid making mistakes in judgment. The lucky numbers, the lucky colors are red, blue, and yellow. Don't wear green colors. Lucky numbers are 6 and number 2. Next, snake. You see that blue asterisk under 2013? So you also saw that in the very beginning in the tiger. So tiger, snake, monkey, and dragon, you all have this blue star underneath. That actually means this year is actually at the sharp confrontation with the year of the tiger. So you can see you're confronting tiger. So what will happen? The snake people are people who are 9 years old, 21, 33, 45, 57, 69, 81, and 93. This year you can see you will have a very busy work this year. But even you're busy, keep on learning and absorb new knowledge to gain wisdom to have the wisdom to stay balanced, prioritize and differentiate the important things of your busy schedule. Increase your physical training to improve your immune system, which means this year you're likely to be sick, to have illnesses with the immune system. Don't make a decision too fast and don't be afraid to make a decision. Watch out your relationship with your partner and watch out for financial investment. You may feel lonelier and lonelier this year at times. Be aware of other people may be more jealous and causing destruction in your project, in your success. Always stay calm and continue, never give up to succeed in your projects. Lucky colors are yellow, red, and green. Not too much blue. Lucky numbers are number 3 and 5. Next. Horse. Horse doesn't have that blue star. So horse, you can see, oh, must have a better year. Actually, yes. Horse is people that are 8 years old, 20, 32, 44, 56, 68, 80, 92, and 104. There's going to be a lot of good, healthy, possible business promotion at work. But you have to be patient and work towards it. Not because you didn't get a promotion you want, you are going to give up. Stick with that old traditional, old school work ethics. Set your goal and work. Go ahead and set it with a compassionate heart, which means not just that you are going to be successful, also be compassionate to your coworkers, to people surrounding you, because it's going to be a successful year for you. Don't over-investment, and at the same time, be careful of losing money. If your children is still on your payroll, be careful, they may spend all your savings. Make more friends. Encourage that chi to come, encourage that engagement, encourage the chi to interaction with your friends. And go ahead, build a harmonious and active relationship and environment to attract more wealth of money and health. Outside romantic relationships are likely to happen if you are married, so watch out. Don't do it. Be aware. If you are single, think twice. This year, there's a good chance to committing a relationship. Don't jump into it. Because you're a horse person, this year you're going to feel fantastic. So you're likely to commit to a relationship, but think twice. The lucky colors are purple, yellow, and green. Don't wear red. Lucky number are number 8 and number 4. Next. Ram, sheep. Sheep people are people that are 7 years old, 19, 31, 43, 55, 67, 79, 91, and 103. Are you a ram? Are you a sheep? Or do you know anyone that are a ram or sheep that may benefit from this slide? You can see there's no blue star, so this is a very good year for ram. Work steadily to build your credit at the workplace, not because this is a fortunate year for you. When you walk down the street, lights is going to be shining all of your outfits. You're going to be shining, but you still have to steadily increase your work, gain the trust from others. Maintain a grateful attitude. Always remember the source where it comes from. If someone gives you a promotion, remember the gratefulness. Thank them. It's also very likely that there's going to be more employment that's going to happen, new jobs going to appear, new promotion. Don't make that decision so fast. Ask professionals before switching. When traveling or driving, be safe. Build your karma this year to prevent unnecessary troubles. You are going to be such a shining star. Trouble will also come when you're too shiny, right? So build your karma, do more good things to help others. And don't ask for return when you're doing karma. It's just to give. The lucky colors are yellow, red, green. Don't wear black color too much. Lucky number are 1 and number 6. Next. Monkey. Monkey have that blue star. Watch out, monkey people. These are people that are 6 years old, 18, 30, 42, 54, 66, 78, 90, and 102. Are you a monkey? Be wise, empathetic, be compassionate, think about others, have better communication. Monkey people are extremely creative. They have a lot of energy. They're always creating in their head. You can see the monkey is pointing at his head because he cannot stop thinking, the monkey mind. So avoid being obsessive and dominant in any situation. Avoid being, this is the way I need to do it, this is the way you should do it. Stay grounded to build a stability between you and your work, your relationship, and the big and the small environment. Always be grateful to the source. Always thank people who give you what you have. In the relationship and changing of residential locations more likely to happen, like moving to a different location, more likely to happen to monkey people. Lucky colors are, remember, if you are lucky monkey this year, wear more blue, red, and yellow. Avoid wearing red, white colors. We're using a lot of whiteouts because you will see the white colors that will reflect. Lucky number are number 7 and 9. That will keep you safe. Next, rooster. Rooster people are people that are 5 years old, 7, 29, 41, 53, 65, 77, 89, and 101.
She's reading the wrong number.
There's no blue star on the bottom, so this is a good year for rooster. Be genuine and kind with people to improve your work. Rooster people gonna have a wonderful year, so sometimes they will feel too happy and too dominant in relationship, in workplace. But genuinely stay kind and be truthful to your people that you work with. Take time, call, reach out to people in your family and member, and also take time to take care of your own health. If you're not feeling well, this year is the year to seek medical help. Always stay calm, have more patience when you encounter obstacles. Refuse any illegal monetary transaction. If people say, hey, you just won $9,000, don't believe it. No money washing, no money laundry this year, and all the time. And avoid unfamiliar investment. Hey, do you want to invest in Bitcoin? If you're not familiar with it, don't invest. Study it first. Otherwise, income is actually very steady and stable, especially if you have a career-driven type of business where you own your business. This year is extremely steady and stable. So wonderful. Stick to your principles will actually improve your finance. For instance, like I said, someone will say, well, you wanted to buy a house together. If you're not familiar with real estate, you're not familiar with this person, you're not familiar with transaction, stick to your principle. I don't know you. I don't know about real estate that well. Stick to your principle. Wear more red, yellow, and blue. Avoid green color. So I will repeat, lucky color.
All right, I'm going to end this. Have a good day, everyone.
The reason I say that yellow is